I think you could describe my work, a lot of the work that I do is kind of whimsical. When I am working with elements of nature, I kind of rely both on photograph and memory, and we'll mix the two things together. I'm an avid photo taker, so I do shoot a lot of natural landscape type of photography. But then I like to also think about the feeling that I had, or think about how the light really impacted me when I was looking at a particular scene or something in nature. I really like the computer, being able to utilize the computer when I'm working, because it allows for some measure of control that you don't have. You know, if I'm painting with gouache, I don't have a lot of control over the end result, depending on how much I'm putting into the process and how much I'm engaging with the canvas. But when you're working on a computer, you can allow some technical things to enter in, and particularly if I'm working with something that's going to have some type of precision in the way it turns out, I can use some algebraic principles, and I can you know, really look at some color theory and apply that back to what I'm doing. And I can you know, work on a piece indefinitely and have 20 different outcomes from, you know, one original image or one original thought that I had. There's nothing like sitting down at a good piece of paper with tubes of gouache and clean water and good brushes and just kind of putting something onto the paper. Gouache, watercolor, is definitely my favorite medium, and I like it for exactly the opposite reasons that I like to work on the computer. It's very imprecise. Gouache, depending on the amount of water that you're using as you're mixing your paint and applying it, depending on the surface that you're working with, really creates different effects all on its own. Many of them are unplanned. So if I'm working on a natural scene, things might show up, say, in the background of the picture that are even more impressive than I would have liked them to be through no fault of my own. I've had the opportunity to have my work in a number of shows, to have some solo exhibitions, and of course I have my work online. And when I talk to people who have looked at my work, been to an exhibit, it's interesting to me that almost every individual has a strong attraction to a specific piece of work. And normally that has been because of color, more than any of the other elements in my work. If I am working in gouache or gouache and another element, like sand or something else in a natural painting, I really want things to flow freely. I don't want to interrupt the process as much with what I want the outcome to be. And in the computer, if I'm doing something on the computer, it's exactly the opposite. I have an outcome in mind often, and I know I can manipulate the different elements in the picture as much as I want to really get a satisfactory outcome, or something that really satisfies me in the final piece. So I think it's about 50-50. I really enjoy both and try to split them up.